It lurks unseen, a spectral puppet master pulling the strings of your very existence. Its absence, a swift sentence to oblivion. Its excess, a slow, insidious siege on your most vital organs. Imagine a world where your muscles refuse to obey, your heart falters, and thoughts dissolve into chaos. This isn't fantasy, it's a chilling glimpse into a world utterly devoid of sodium. For millennia, this seemingly simple element has been an unsung hero, an invisible architect building the very foundations of life as we know it. From consciousness's first spark to a heart's last beat, sodium works tirelessly behind the scenes, often unnoticed, but profoundly felt. Think of your body as an incredibly intricate network of waterways, a vast, self-contained ocean, meticulously partitioned into countless tiny compartments. Sodium acts as the grand conductor of this internal sea, a master regulator meticulously orchestrating the delicate balance of fluids both inside and outside your cells. Without its precise orchestration, cells would either swell and burst like overfilled balloons or shrivel into parched husks, unable to perform their life-sustaining tasks. It's a constant, microscopic ballet of osmosis and equilibrium, a push and pull across every cellular boundary, with sodium holding the precise choreography. Every single cell in your body, every moment of every day, depends on this tireless negotiation. But its genius doesn't stop at fluid dynamics. Consider the lightning-fast communications that crisscross your brain, the electrical whispers that allow you to interpret these words, to feel an emotion, to even make the conscious decision to blink. These aren't magic, they are the result of a precisely maintained electrical gradient, a charge created by the rapid, controlled ingress and egress of sodium ions across nerve cell membranes. This intricate ion dance generates electrical pulses, zipping along nerve fibers. A single nerve impulse, traveling at speeds up to 268 miles per hour, is essentially a precisely controlled wave of sodium ions rushing in and out of the neuron. Every thought you've ever had, every memory you've ever formed, every sensation you've ever experienced, every command from your brain to your body, it all hinges on this tiny, tireless ion performing its duty with astounding precision. It's a biological superhighway powered by salt. And movement itself? The robust contraction of a muscle, from an Olympic lift to an eyelid's flutter, is a profound testament to sodium's power. Calcium might be the initial spark that triggers a contraction, but sodium ensures the electrical signals reach deep into muscle fibers, allowing them to contract and relax with breathtaking precision and coordinated strength. It's the essential component allowing your mighty heart to pump life-sustaining blood through your vast network of veins and arteries, your diaphragm to draw breath hundreds of times an hour, and your legs to carry you forward on your daily journeys. Without it, you would be an inert statue, devoid of animation. For our ancient ancestors, discovering reliable sources of sodium was not merely a dietary preference but a matter of absolute survival. Its utility stretched far beyond seasoning, embedding itself deeply into human history, culture, and health. It was revered, traded, and even fought over. Ancient Egyptians used natron, a natural mineral mixture containing sodium, not just for mummification, but also as an early form of soap and a primitive tooth powder. Yet, like many powerful forces, sodium possesses a perilous duality. The element sustaining life, in excess, transforms into an insidious, silent adversary, slowly eroding your health. In the modern world, this once precious nutrient has mutated into a pervasive, often unseen, threat, a silent tyrant lurking not just in our obvious salt shakers, but more dangerously, in the vast majority of our processed foods, often without our conscious awareness. Our bodies are exquisitely designed to hoard sodium. Our kidneys are masters of reabsorption, a legacy from epochs when salt was a scarcity, a hard-won commodity. This ancient, finely tuned survival mechanism, however, is now tragically ill-suited to the contemporary culinary landscape, where sodium is abundant and cheap. The average person today consumes an alarming amount of sodium, often 2 to 3 times more than their body truly needs for optimal function. This chronic overabundance throws that delicate fluid balance, so painstakingly maintained, into disarray. When an excess of sodium persistently circulates in your bloodstream, your body desperately attempts to dilute it, clinging onto more and more water. This increased fluid volume within your blood vessels means your heart, that tireless muscle, has to work exponentially harder, laboring to push a greater quantity of blood through the same, often unyielding, constricted pipelines of your circulatory system. Imagine the sheer effort required to force a powerful, surging river through a narrow garden hose. The pressure builds, relentlessly, dangerously. This sustained increase in blood pressure is what we call hypertension, a silent epidemic affecting billions worldwide, subtly chipping away at their health. Hypertension isn't just about abstract, high numbers on a medical chart, it's a relentless, insidious battering ram pounding against your internal systems, day in and day out, year after year. Over time, the constant, elevated pressure damages the delicate inner lining of your arteries, the intricate endothelial cells that form the smooth pathways for blood flow. This damage causes them to become stiff, less elastic, and increasingly narrow, making them prime targets for plaque buildup. This insidious process, known as atherosclerosis, the hardening of the arteries, is the perilous precursor to some of the most devastating health conditions known to humanity. It's the direct pathway to debilitating heart attacks, life-altering strokes, and chronic kidney disease, slowly but surely shutting down these vital organs. It's a cruel, cascading domino effect, a slow, methodical degradation of your most vital organs, all meticulously orchestrated by a chronic, often unwitting, excess of something your body fundamentally needs, but cannot handle in such quantities. The irony is cruel, we crave it. Salt enhances flavors, makes food palatable, and can become subtly addictive, driving unconscious desire. Food manufacturers are acutely aware of this primal pull, strategically lacing everything from seemingly innocuous breakfast cereals to savory processed meats with hidden sodium. This not only boosts flavor but also prolongs shelf life, driving widespread consumption and inadvertently contributing to a global health crisis. Our taste buds, exquisitely evolved over eons to seek out scarce salt, are now completely overwhelmed, desensitized, and unknowingly pushing us towards profound danger. This invisible overconsumption has catastrophically shifted from a minor dietary concern to a major public health challenge. Even its once revered historical value has twisted into a modern problem. In the 18th century, salt was so highly valued that soldiers were sometimes paid in salt rations, giving rise to the word salary from the Latin salarium, the very commodity that once symbolized wealth, power, and even life itself, now tragically threatens to drain our health. So, if sodium is both crucial for life and perilous in excess, how do we navigate this complex relationship? The intelligent answer lies not in total, misguided abstinence, that would be disastrous, but rather in a conscious reclaiming of balance, a return to the timeless wisdom of nature and deeply mindful consumption. Optimal sodium levels aren't found in processed snacks, fast food, or pre-packaged meals. They are intrinsically woven into whole, unprocessed foods, thoughtfully coupled with balanced and consistent hydration. Think deeply about the abundant bounty of the earth and the vast, nourishing offerings of the sea. Unprocessed, whole foods naturally provide the precise amount of sodium your body intuitively needs, often presented alongside a complex symphony of other essential minerals that work in beautiful concert to maintain intricate bodily functions. Fresh, vibrant vegetables, succulent fruits, and lean, clean proteins, in their pristine natural state, offer a subtle yet entirely sufficient amount of sodium, allowing your body to maintain its delicate internal equilibrium without ever being overwhelmed by an unnecessary surplus. A crisp apple, a tender piece of wild-caught fish, a handful of leafy greens, these are not just sources of essential vitamins, fiber, and protein, but also carefully portioned, natural sources of this vital element. Consider, too, the unparalleled gifts of the ocean. Seafood, in its myriad forms, is a prime example of naturally occurring sodium, often combined with iodine, selenium, and other trace minerals that are profoundly beneficial for overall health. A perfectly grilled salmon, rich in omega-3s, or a handful of fresh, plump shrimp, provides a clean, wholesome, and bioavailable source of this essential element, integrated within a nutrient-dense package. And beyond the deep, think of the humble olive, a fruit bursting with complex flavors and naturally endowed with a moderate, balanced amount of sodium. Even unrefined sea salt, in moderation, when used to enhance truly whole ingredients, offers a mineral-rich alternative to processed table salt, though vigilance is still key. It's fundamentally about discerning quality and understanding quantity, ensuring that what you consume comes from sources that genuinely nourish, rather than insidiously deplete, your body's precious resources. Crucially, balanced and consistent hydration works hand in hand, a symbiotic partner, with smart, whole food choices. Drinking adequate, pure water throughout the day allows your kidneys, those diligent internal filters, to efficiently process and excrete any transient excess sodium, preventing it from accumulating and wreaking havoc on your blood pressure and cardiovascular system. It's a dynamic partnership. Good quality sodium intake from whole foods, supported by consistent hydration, creates an internal environment where sodium fulfills its life-giving roles without becoming destructive. It's about cultivating a deep awareness and listening intently to your body's ancient, innate needs, understanding its evolutionary design, and consciously choosing nourishment that profoundly respects its intricate, sophisticated blueprint. The challenge of navigating this ubiquitous element in our modern food system is immense, given the pervasive ubiquity of hidden sodium, but the profound rewards, a healthier, more resilient heart, a sharper, clearer mind, and a body that moves with effortless grace and sustained vitality, are truly immeasurable. We've been trained to fear saturated fats, demonize sugar, and count calories with obsessive precision. Yet, sodium, this quiet, omnipresent force, often escapes the same intense scrutiny, despite its undeniable, profound impact on our health. We meticulously check nutrition labels, our eyes scanning for the dreaded sodium figure, listed in abstract milligrams, a number that somehow feels distant, less tangible than the concrete fear evoked by calories or sugar grams. We are told, quite simply, to reduce it, but rarely are we truly shown the full, horrifying extent of its insidious power, or the cunning, almost invisible ways it has been woven, thread by thread, into the very fabric of our modern, industrialized existence. What if I told you that the sodium problem runs far, far deeper than individual dietary choices, deeper even than just the pervasive reach of processed foods? What if the very ground beneath our feet, the water we casually drink from our taps, and even the air we breathe are subtly influencing our delicate sodium balance in ways we rarely, if ever, consider? What if the collective impact of industrialization, farming methods, and water treatment has fundamentally altered our environment's mineral balance? What if these shifts are inadvertently pushing us, as a species, unknowingly and passively, towards a constant, insidious state of sodium overload, even before we pick up a salt shaker or bite into a salty snack? We chase instant flavor, unparalleled convenience, and relentlessly low costs, blindly handing over control of our most vital internal regulatory system to forces beyond our direct comprehension. The greatest, most chilling irony? Our sprawling, technologically advanced infrastructure, ostensibly designed for our health and convenience, may, in its very pervasive design, be an unwitting accomplice to this silent crisis. Consider this chilling, relatively new discovery. Emerging scientific studies now reveal that prolonged, consistent exposure to certain microplastics, those ubiquitous, tiny fragments of plastic found everywhere from the deepest oceans to the highest mountains, and increasingly, within our very bodies, can indeed disrupt cellular membrane permeability and interfere with crucial ion channels. This disruption can profoundly affect how our cells manage sodium. And this isn't merely about what we consciously choose to eat, it's about the very environment that surrounds us, that permeates us. We are swimming in a hidden tide of pervasive environmental factors that conspire against our ancient, finely tuned sodium equilibrium. The shocking truth, even if you eat perfectly, the world itself, through environmental contamination, is now a profound challenge to your sodium balance, a battle within your own cells. Your body is fighting a silent war for sodium equilibrium, and the battlefield isn't just your plate, but the very planet you inhabit, a fight you never knew you were in.